We're live. It is Sunday. This is the Rich Lieberman Bay Area and Beyond Media Pulse. And we are live on YouTube. If you're watching us live, congratulations. Welcome to the show. If you are watching at a later date, thank you. We tell you to tell all your friends, your enemies, your priest, your rabbi, your lawyer, your doctor, everybody that is interested in media notes. So, a lot going on. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of schmoozing and talking and texting and so forth and all that. And okay, everybody's asking me. I mean, everybody, not everybody, because it's not the big deal. It's not that big of a deal, but it is in a way. So we're going to talk about the 49ers broadcast situation, and I'll give you as much as I know, which is very little, because nobody knows. I'll tell you about a weird thing taking place at KTVU where the news director, who is frankly not really respected, nor does staff have any confidence in, has taken a leave of absence. Very mysterious. And I'll give you my 2 cents on that. And then the other thing, another embarrassing, frankly, what the hell are they doing? It's incompetency at its highest at KCBS, the alleged all-news radio station that continues to maintain its image as an albatross. But first, ever since the news broke Friday morning, Greg Papa, KNBR radio talk show host, of course, the play-by-play broadcaster for the San Francisco 49ers, makes an announcement public that he has been diagnosed with cancer, is going to miss some time, and with the 49ers definitely, and of course, the talk show position that he has on KNBR. And I'm going to try to be, shall we say, professional here. And how can I put this? Part of me comes here with the idea of giving you information and providing you information, and not necessarily exclusive all the time, but when I know, and within the boundaries of professional allowance. Boy, am I trying to tap dance here. I'm going to try to be as upfront as possible, but at the same time also be willing to admit and to say quite candidly, I don't know. And I'm humbled that many of you have asked me to make a decision or what's going on with the 49ers, what's going on at KNBR with regards to Papa. And I will tell you, without compromising my own situation, sources, et cetera, what I know. And I don't know anything, and I wouldn't kind of go into an area where it's not pleasant to talk about, because even if I did know on that end, I'm not going to say anything. I will respect that as privacy issues, and it's not part of the story now. But here's what I know with regards to Mr. Papa and the future. Now, he will not be, obviously, he said so, behind the KNBR microphone. They're going to go with the one guy, and he's going to have fill-ins, etc. Now, with regards to the play-by-play duties, my own hunch, and it's based on nothing other than a hunch, hunches included, I think he's going to miss the preseason. This gives him a chance about a month before the regular season. Anyway, various people, it doesn't really matter what takes place in the preseason. It's not just practice games for the players. It's a chance for the broadcasters to get to know the team and yada, yada. But few people listen to NFL preseason games. My hunch is that, and this is based on completely hunch tactics here, I don't know who is going to replace Greg Papa, but my best feelings are that's going to be not one individual person. It could be a whole group of people. Till they get, they being the powers that be, the radio people at Cumulus, KNBR, the people at the 49ers, the powers that be, till they get an absolute notice as to what the situation is with regards to Papa, his health, his progress, his regress, what have you, whatever. They are now probably dealing with a whole bunch of contingencies because they themselves don't know. Really. So I think it's going to be a group of people, individuals, that take the helm of filling in while Mr. Papa recovers, good or bad. Okay? That's my hunch on that front. And again, just to further the long line of people who have offered their prayers and support, I myself offer Great Papa complete and utter care and prayers and an eventual road to recovery. His health. Forget about all the other stuff, which obviously is trivial compared to getting your life back together, getting your health back, and making a full recovery. Okay, that goes without saying. At KTVU, the news director, Simone Aponte, has taken a leave of absence. The people that would be in the know are not talking. They don't know. Why has Simone Aponte taken a leave of absence? Don't know. Why am I talking about it? Because it's a mystery, but there's some murky circumstances to which it's been brought up, but nobody knows why. And this is, mind you, on the cusp of, they always plan for things, people in the business, for the fall, for September. September is the go month. It's when the fall season really begins, and that's everything. That's broadcasts, that's retail, commerce, the whole 9 yards. So the fact that Ms. Aponte has taken a leave of absence has brought about mystery. She hasn't said specifically to her bosses why she decided to take a leave of absence. It's quite the talk at Channel 2. Few people know, if at all, few people that know anything, but they're not talking. So we have that. And quite frankly, Channel 2 is in the midst of their own inner turmoil. That may be too harsh a word, but there's complete misdirection. There is a complete lack of faith in management, they being the rank and file versus the powers that be. Have a very volatile situation. They don't respect the news director who just took the leave. They don't respect the general manager, who is not a very heads-on, take firm control kind of a GM. That only adds further to the murkiness at KTVU, where the leadership is pretty much null and void. So we'll continue to investigate that front and give you any information that we get our hands. I like to refer to myself as we. It makes me feel a lot more important. Wink. Finally, you can't make this up, department. People are always asking me, why are you always picking on, well, I guess they're not asking me. Why are you always picking on KCBS? Because listen to them. The tsunami, which is really not a tsunami station. Today on Sunday, when it really started at the beginning of the night, Saturday night, all they talked about was a tsunami that really wasn't a tsunami. My God, KCBS, can you get it straight? Well, what if there's a tsunami and we had reports on Tuesday night that there was this big earthquake in Russia and that there would be a tsunami warning or an advisory? Folks, they report news that is really fake news, but they don't clarify. They don't illustrate the fact that, of course, the waters are going to be choppy. Of course, the waters are going to be raised a bit because of an earthquake, but nothing catastrophic, nothing to the manner or in the manner of which KCBS described, sometimes hysterically. Miss Clancy, you the giggling again, Miss Alicia Clancy, the anchor. I got your letter. I verified that it was you. I posted it on the comments section. You did a good job. My God, if that's your clarification of doing a good job, oh my God, Alicia, you broadcast the news. You don't broadcast what ifs. And that's all you guys do. You don't know how to say advisory. You don't know how to report on things that could happen, not did happen. You can't get pregnant and be a little bit pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not pregnant. I'm using an illustration, an analogy here. There was no tsunami. There wasn't even a warning. There was an advisory. And you guys, again, you go all half-cocked, concocted into reporting of this, and this could happen, and that could happen. Well, it didn't happen. And I'm screaming because, for God's sakes, basic journalism 101, get it right. Forget about getting it first. First, get it right. It's common sense journalism, if I can even use that word journalism while discussing KCBS. You did a good job, Alicia, really, because you didn't fuck up like you did last December when you really fucked up and when you were hysterical, not you personally, but Margie Schaefer and some other guy who's no longer there, and you were on the air and the anchors were acting as if all hell had broken loose and you're sending reporters everywhere for a non-story of a tsunami that never happened. KCBS, I know it's difficult for you to run anything other than commercials, to actually broadcast news, which is why a whole lot of people, and not even people that used to work there, don't listen to you anymore. They listen to KNX when there's news. They don't listen to KCBS. KCBS has become kindergarten, but we move further. That was Sunday. What else did they have? Laughingly, KCBS on Sunday, on their ridiculous, a show that used to be legit and worth listening to, in depth. They gave 15 minutes of uninterrupted time to the mayor of San Jose. It basically was a PR blitz of anchors Eric Thomas and Margie Schaefer taped doing an interview with the San Jose mayor, Mr. Mahan, who was allowed to talk on and on about how great San Jose is near Silicon Valley. It's an industrial hub. It's a technology hub. We have less homeless. We're reaching on and on and on. A PR commercial with very little follow-up, very little questions that would be, I don't know, maybe what's going on with this, that, or the other. Instead, the mayor, Mr. Mahan, was allowed to go on and on and on. He's all over it, KCBS. They give him a forum without really challenging him and talking to him about the very specific issues that affect not just San Jose, but cities beyond San Jose. That would have been nice. No such questions. They talked in another segment about, oh, guess what? The tsunami! Another tsunami. 10 minutes. Oh my God, it just goes on and on and on and on and on about the tsunami. And that was your KCBS in depth. In depth of what? A joke. And then finally, KCBS, they repeat stories now. Story after story after story is repeated. They talked about the jobs report issued on Friday, in which case the president fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics woman who put out information, not in any kind of a, what can we call it? It's supposed to be a position where statistics are released. There's no part, it's nonpartisan, that kind of a thing. That's what I was trying to think of. And they interviewed this guy who's basically is interviewed so much you would think he would be on the staff. A guy by the name of Bernick, an attorney, used to head the California Economic Development Department. That's the unemployment office. So they interview this guy, and they repeated the same story at least 10 times from late Saturday night into Sunday. That's what they do. They don't even do rewrites or rebroadcasts on KCBS. It is a daily shit show, as a former colleague told me. Somebody widely respected, making fun and mocking KCBS because they have become an embarrassment. And the reason why I keep mentioning them, they need to be called out. And Jenny Seelig, the vice president news director of this rapidly crappy personified to the umpth degree radio station, needs to be held accountable. That's what I've got to say on a Sunday. A lot going on. I will keep you abreast of everything, including the 49ers situation with Greg Papa. Again, we'll wish him the best and that he makes a full recovery. The goings-on at KTVU, where the news director has taken a mysterious leave of absence. And, of course, the day-by-day, hour-by-hour, minute-by-minute fakakta known as KCBS. Oh, by the way, in depth. Yes, I forgot. Steve Scott, the afternoon anchor who talks like this, did an interview with the mayor of San Francisco, Daniel Lurie. What do they talk about? Homelessness, drug use. Oh, they talked about, Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead. Yeah, the Grateful Dead coming to San Francisco, the Grateful Dead. Blah, blah, blah. As if we needed KCBS to talk once again about the Grateful Dead, but that's all they know what to talk about. At KCBS, the Tsunami station, along with it's Jerry Garcia's birthday. Oh my God, what a crock. And yes, without a doubt, a total, and I do mean total, abomination.